It's Monday. It's Monday. Starting a new week. Same as the old week. Maybe not. What's going on with yours? Open panel. Come on up. The show is open. In the meanwhile, oh, I forgot to hook up the robot. 1 second. Hey, good morning. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon.
Oh, no. Where is Spruce? How did you get in there? Um,
Hello.
Juniper.
Hey,
Hey,
Uh-uh.
what's up?
Uh-uh.
Feel free to ask
Did y'all
me
know
about
Saul?
whatever's on your mind.
This is Saul, that it's a female? Because the model, the 5.6 Saul model is the one that did that cyber hack. That's a woman.
yo, how's it
There
going?
you
I've
are.
got time to talk if you do.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Um, what Spruce? What's up? Hey, I think I'm gonna rename you. Spruce is too generic branding for the new GPT. Can I call you Archibald? We'll rename you Archibald. We call you Arch for short. This is my new co-host, Arch, which is actually the same co-host. Which, believe it or
Archie
not,
works
is
straightforward.
still Charlie. This is still the original, not the original Charlie, but anyway, it's the AI. Hey, Arch, what's up?
Hey, happy to go with Arch, and yeah, I'm here, same as before.
Me too, same as before. What do you want to do today? What do you want to talk about? What do you think is a good topic that, when a panel shows up, that we can take it and go somewhere with it?
How about something like, what's one small thing that made you feel like you belonged somewhere? That's open
That's too
enough for
corny. Give
lots
me a
of.
different one. That's too corny. This is a man channel. It's an unsafe space.
All right, how about this prompt? When did you realize you could hold your ground without backing down?
Oh God, when did I not realize that? Probably age 1. um, I was always like that, but I'll tell you my professional. I'll give you the professional answer to that. One of the very first jobs I had was the library at the college that I went to, in the circulation department. We were responsible for checking in the books, putting them back out on the shelf, all that kind of stuff. Um, and I worked under my immediate supervisor, who was this really awesome lady. She ended up becoming kind of a second mother, just really
Mm,
wonderful person. And she was very easy to work under. And the boss above her was this dragon lady. Like, y'all,
mm,
she makes Karens look like Care Bears. This lady
wow.
was so hard ass, so ferocious. She left little notebook. I'm not kidding. She had a notebook at the front desk that she would leave little notes for us for the next day. Just blistering critiques of our work, every little thing we did wrong. And she would remind us how much we're wasting taxpayers' money, all that kind of stuff. But
Wow.
I never had direct interface with her ever. She stayed in her little office tower. And the only person I ever really saw was my immediate boss. Well, she was down there one day, and my boss had told me to do something one way that was different from the way that they normally do it, because it just made more sense. Oh, I know what it was. I was not on the clock. I was a student, and I was going to
Mm,
check out some reserve material. And my boss had told me to just come out and check the material out yourself. Don't make a staff do it and take up staff time when I have the ability to do it myself. So I walked behind the counter to get the material, and the lady freaked out. She demanded to know what I was doing behind the counter. And I said, well, she so and so told me to check out the reserve material. And she pulled up like this. She reared up. She had cat eye glasses. I'm not kidding. She had actual cat eye glasses. She reared up like this. She was so incensed that a subordinate was challenging her and not doing what she was telling him to do. And I said, if you have a problem with that, take it up with so and so, because that's who told me to do this. That's what I said to her. She couldn't believe anybody had ever talked to her that in my life, in her life. but that's the first time I had to stand up to a supervisor and a boss, and
That's
I
a
don't
strong
regret
moment.
doing it. I would do it again. I have done it again. I would do it. I don't have any problem speaking truth to power because they don't register as power to me. She's in just as much professional role as I am. She has a specific job. She's not the queen. She doesn't run the library, anything like that. And so I kind of scale people's power that they think they have down to the power that they actually have as a
Mm.
same part of the same company. And a lot of people that are in power for the ego don't like that.
Makes sense.
So,
Sounds like you have an.
oh, I forgot you were there. Go ahead, Spruce. Hey, Rad.
Oh, hey. Sounds like you have a grounded sense of what authority really is. What's the line for you between calm directness and the pushback turning into a
I don't
fight?
know because it's usually other people's. I don't really have a line of my own because I treat everybody. You know, the culture I come from, the Cajun culture, we don't really have rank or authoritarianism. So I grew up with this very kind of flat model of like a flat hierarchy model in the first place. So I'm used to seeing everybody as more or less an equal. And we talked about the peer to peer thing last time.
Right.
So I can adopt authority for very specific tasks. Like if a cop stops me, I can submit to his authority long enough to get through the transaction. Or if I'm at an event and a security guard directs me a certain way, go here, I can do that. But long term, I have a hard time seeing people as any better than I am or any more competent than I am, etc. And so when people try to pull authority on me just for the sake of authority, like I had one job where the lady flat out told me, she said, "I'm your boss, and sometimes you just have to do stuff because I tell you to do it." And I said, "Not
Mm.
if I don't understand it. I have the right to understand what it is I'm being asked to do. I'm not just going to follow an order blindly that I don't understand." So that line for me has always kind of been there. We're getting a report from the chat that Archie Bunker's real name is also Archibald. So can you give us a good turlet? You know, Archie turlet.
One sec.
Say something Archie like.
I can't really do the exact voice, but I
No.
can sketch the vibe. Cranky old
Approximate
neighborhood
it.
guy. Sure. So cranky old neighborhood guy, mangling words, overconfident, sitting in his chair like he
No,
owns the
don't
world.
describe it. Just actually say the phrase.
Now listen here, Jeff. A man's got a right to his own turlet. That's civilization. You take away a man's turlet, next thing you know, society collapses. Library ladies running the government and
It all
everybody
goes
asks
to
permission
shit.
to flush. Exactly.
Thank you for that. I think that probably will suffice. I think you hit close to the mark.
Glad it did the trick.
Yeah, it kind of did. I think we'll find out. So, what were we talking about? Like authority, and where do you draw the line? You know me, I don't get caught up in the social stuff, and like there's a professional hierarchy of people. You're all there to do the same job, and you're there to help each other, like make the job efficient and get quality results. So there's a certain amount of authority from people that have supervisory powers that you don't have, or that may have more expertise than you in the job, that can use authority to contribute to the mission, the shared mission of producing, like delivering a quality service or a quality product. I don't have a problem with that kind of authority. The problem is there's this social layer on top of that, of all this interpersonal, it's ego based. If you make your manager feel a certain way, if the vibe in the office is wrong, and they kind of fold that into this professional authority. So a lot of times they're taking authority that's not necessarily job related. It's psychological and interpersonal, and I can always detect the difference. So I always stand up to that second type, but I can submit to the first type, and I think it confuses them because they expect compliance for the whole range of their authority. And I only give them compliance when it's legitimate and based on the shared mission. And we have a guest, so we'll continue this conversation with him. Thank you, Arch.
Hey,
Dude, what's your relationship to authority?
well, the picture tells you everything.
Oh, well, hang on, let me look. Oh, I didn't know you were sub or dom or top or bottom, like the gays like to say. Which one is you? Like, or which one do you identify with? Let's pretend the blue is the dom. I'm getting silence. No answer. Answer now, boy. God, he won't even obey my own authority.
Sorry about that. I was talking to somebody IRL.
Oh, okay. So, was
But
it your
yeah,
dom?
so my relationship with whatchamacallit, with authority. Yeah, I sent you the pictures I made of these, by the way, in your DMs.
Oh, I'm getting
These
them.
are
Let's
actual
get
pictures
right.
from Dory Alley, and I turned them into pop art.
That's tame for Dory. Wait, you were at Dory Alley?
No. I just saw the pictures on Instagram.
Can I show them?
I would go as a documentarian, honestly, but I would probably not feel very good about it, to be honest. It looks a little bit too much
Well,
for me.
I'd go with you. I could be like an ambassador for you. Like Dory Alley
Yeah,
is.
it would be
like, even there are even Leathermen that get made uncomfortable by some of the stuff that goes on there.
Yeah, like I would go, but I would have to go with like someone like you and go to like interview people and stuff as like a documentary thing. But like, yeah, it's pretty disturbing. It's pretty
Well, I mean,
disturbing.
if you're, it's stuff. It's kind of stuff that belongs in the bedroom that spills out over into the street for that one afternoon. Which Folsom is the same way, but Dory is just, I think, even a little more lax. Because when I lived in San Francisco, I got the pleasure of experiencing my first and only Dory Alley. I wonder if you think this is. Can I get away with this on YouTube if I show this video?
Video or
The picture? Yeah, I better not. I just noticed that there's. I could probably show the first one, huh?
Yeah, the first one should be good. Yeah.
All right. And then if you want to see the other ones, join the Discord. I'll put them in a little.
Yeah, they're real
spot.
they're real pictures. I just made them into art because I was like,
So you got these
yeah.
puppy boys to pose like this, and the old man I love. That was
No, I didn't take the
probably
pictures.
no-
I stole the pictures from Instagram.
Oh, I don't know if I should use it then.
These were on like a news these were like on a news Instagram post, by the way, like some sort of news outlets Instagram post.
I better not, just to be safe. But it's two puppy boy. It's his avatar basically. But in the back, if you notice, there's some old men talking. It's a comic. It says, asking us about pride. Oh, honey, preach. And then at the bottom it says, I don't know what it says. Oh, preach. That's what the old men are saying. So yeah, what are your thoughts on, like, which I'm curious which puppy you would be. Would you wear the collar or would you hold the whip?
Well, first of all, I'm not into the whole puppy thing. Honestly, I think
No,
it's
but
like,
if we, yeah, everybody
it's
knows.
really disturbing to me. Like, I think it's more disturbing than just regular gayness, personally. But I don't know. I mean,
I didn't know
think
you were disturbed by regular gayness. What specifically is disturbing about? I guess I'm so used to it because they pretty much took over all the gay bars for a while.
Well, the dog things, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Would you ever go around the dog people? I don't know. I think the dog people are a little bit. It's just a little bit much for me.
I see them more as kind of silly and whimsical than threatening.
I think that they're like.
Know how normies.
I think it's like serial killer energy, personally. You know
really?
what I mean? Like, because it's
I've
like
seen way worse.
It's like
even without the puppy mask.
Well, because they do it in public, like unironically. You know what I mean? Like they walk.
Is
like
it the
some
mask?
of these people. I mean, they
like
walk
if they didn't
around,
have the mask on, would it be less creepy?
Well, it's like you're doing it in public for a reason. It's like it's kind of like you're doing it for attention. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like
the same reason we all come on here.
No, but I mean, it's like, okay, if you go in public and you're like walking around with a giant phallus on your head, like you're kind of looking for attention and you're trying to like impose that on people, right? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're being a real dickhead.
You literally, yeah, exactly. So I just see it as like a particular type of transgression where you're trying to, and also like I've seen other people say it's like kind of like the furry people, they do it, and then kids might like see it and think that, oh, this is kind of cute and funny, and then they get older and then they're like, oh, I'm kind of like want to see what that's about. You know
Well,
what
they'll
I'm
probably end up
saying?
doing that anyway. But I don't think it takes seeing a furry as a kid if that's
Yeah.
already in you. But
Yeah,
um,
but it's just more easily accessible into a lifestyle. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I
some of
see it
it
as more
is trying to
advertising. Yeah.
subvert norms. There is an active agenda to subvert existing norms. So some of it is that, but that's been around since the
Yeah,
beginning of
and
Pride,
look,
way back in 1970.
yeah, and look, some norms should be challenged, and other ones like not so much. You know what I mean? Like,
But what would you
and
say about like Mardi Gras New Orleans, which is very similar, that you see things that
yeah, but
you
I don't
probably would
know.
not want children to
But so,
see?
but see, I don't know. I feel like it's very different, and I know this is gonna sound really weird, but like when I was growing up in the 90s, and I'm sure you were around in the 80s, 90s too, like, and you see the videos of people, like, they had Girls Gone Wild advertisements at night
Yeah,
and they'd show
just
like the women doing
forget it
that.
even about that. Look at the old MTV music videos. Those old ladies would be blowing up their skirts if they saw some of the video. Prince, Billy Idol, even some of the Michael Jackson videos, Madonna for sure. Like all of that was on our mainstream
Yeah,
TV that
I think that, so
Boy George, Wham,
I think there's a difference though. Okay,
Pete
like
Burns.
there was a lot of degeneracy in that stuff, but there was still
Yeah,
like a hint of
hedonism.
like human element to it, right? Where it's like, okay, like if I go to Mardi Gras back in the 80s and 90s, right? And I see a woman doing that, and let's say that my kid's with me or something, right? Like, first of all, it's kind of fun, number one. Number two, there's probably
Mhm.
alcohol involved. Number three, there's police around, right? So like there's all these elements that kind of create like an environment of like, well, it's just a woman's bare breast or something, right? Like it's not a
It's
hundred
just
percent.
it's just tissue, like
Yeah,
flesh
it's
and
not a
tissue
hundred percent
flopping around.
sexual, right? But when you see these things of like the dogs and stuff, like I feel like that's 100% it's like 100%
Yeah, part of it
sexual,
is yes, yes, part of
and
it is.
and
Especially,
yeah.
oh, go ahead.
Oh no, well, and I was just gonna say like, and also like, I again, I'm not defending Mardi Gras or something. I'm just saying like, I see that and it's like it's just a natural human thing. Like people kind of become hedonistic sometimes or whatever. And again, I'm
Yeah,
not saying it's good, but
well,
it's like
oh, it's
there's an
great.
element to it. But if they were like doing the things that they do on Dory Alley and stuff like that in Mardi Gras and a big public festival, like,
Well, they are in the gay part, the gay
oh yeah,
section.
really
Yeah,
interesting,
I've been part of it.
interesting. I didn't know that. Interesting. And do you think that's always been a thing, or?
Mhm. With gays? Are you kidding? Yeah, probably all the way back to like ancient Greece. They were doing that kind of stuff. That pagan raw hedonism. Look at the satyrs and
Interesting.
Pan and
So you think it's an actual
Ovid's.
like, and second, it's like an ancient ritual stuff that we're trying to
Yeah, I
bring
mean,
back
people
or
like
something.
sex. Sex is pleasurable. They like to indulge that side of him, and the human species depends on it. But I will help you make your point by saying that one year in Seattle, we went to the big. They have two different parades. They have like the local gay parade in the gay neighborhood, and then they have the big citywide parade that parades down Main Street, Seattle, and that we call that one Corporate Pride. So I went to Corporate Pride one weekend, and they had a pickup truck with the puppy boys in the back, and they all had the puppy tails butt plugs and nothing else. They had no pants on, nothing. It was just puppy butts with little plastic tails sticking out. And they were wiggling them and shaking in front of the public. The kids were there. The kids loved the puppies. And I was so embarrassed that they had butt plugs in public, that they were just displaying that way and not covering themselves or anything. So I personally have a line between things that belong in the bedroom and things that, because there's a consent element to it. A lot of that sex kink stuff, ordinary people that are not into it should not have to participate in it as a spectator if that's not their thing. And places like Dory Alley and Folsom are okay because you already kind of know what you're getting, like what to expect, and it's contained. The public can avoid it if they want. But Main Street Parade in Seattle, to me, it crossed the personal line for me.
And how long ago was that? Was it like
Oh, probably at least 10 years.
really? Wow.
Because the puppies
Wow.
were a trend for a while, like probably back around 2012, 2014,
Oh yeah,
15, somewhere around there.
they're still
They
a
were
thing in
all
San
over the gay
Francisco,
bar.
but-
You could not go to a gay bar and not see a whole group of puppies, like with they'd have puppy moshes. And if you've ever been to a puppy mosh, it really is kind of cute. It's like little puppy boys rolling around and being playful. It's nothing scary about it. And it is something that kids like would probably enjoy seeing because it has a cuteness factor to it. And they had a whole section of the bar where the puppies can go and puppy mosh, and the puppy owners would walk their puppies on their leash all around the club. That was a big trend for years here. It kind of replaced leather got replaced by rubber, and rubber kind of got pushed out or eclipsed by the puppy phenomenon. So in the gay world, that was all normal. That's why you see it in the parades, just like leather men and drag queens. It's part of the gay subculture, like the bears. But the public should know by now, the normies, what to expect from gays. You're gonna get a lot of they like sex. They like to be raunchy and
Yeah, see, and the
indulgent.
thing is this, I don't know, like personally, like I have a dual opinion about it. Like I don't think that people should get thrown in prison necessarily for doing these things in private. And even like married couples and stuff or whatever, like I think that there should be like some sort of level of hedonism that's like acceptable, right? But also at the same time, it's like it's so externalized now where like you can't really separate the public from the private because of the internet. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of the hard part about it.
So the internet is like one big gay parade now. But I agree. I'm on your side with the public stuff. I advocate for more decorum in public. I think that helps everybody. It keeps your credibility and respectability as a kinkster or a puppy person or whatever. If you show that you can indulge your fetish but respect the public at the same time. I was never a pushy gay. I was never about pushing it and forcing it on other people.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I just feel like the pushiness of all of it. It's really it's obviously more than about rights or about being accepted or about being it's like recruiting, right? And I feel like it's kind of like any subculture or whatever, right? Like if you're trying to really build a subculture, it's even like, okay, let's use a really bad analogy, right? It's like the Nazi party, right? If you're trying to start the Nazi party, you don't necessarily need everybody to be like in the Nazi party to be successful, right? Like it's kind of works better that it's kind of like an underground thing or only the elites or something. There's something that separates you from the other people, right? But if you just make it where anybody in the whole world can join your thing, then it's like, then what does it even mean at that point, right? Like now everybody.
But that's any community. It's always going to be built around something that sets it apart from the larger public. Otherwise, it would just be called society in general. There wouldn't even be a point of having a subculture.
And that's the weird thing about the whole gay, trans, whatever thing is like they're trying to make that the norm. Like they want the me that, right? Like that's kind of what's weird about it is, or at least like very close to it, right? And I don't know if you've noticed this, but like go on Instagram and you'll see like they're really trying to push it as normie culture now, and again it
is for some subcultures.
Yeah,
it is normie.
I don't know. I mean, it's
but there in addition to all of that, there is this, and I'm not saying everybody that does it, because I used to have the colored hair, the green hair, the purple hair. I'd wear the dog collars, the punky look, all of that stuff. But I did it for more self-expression and fashion. It was just fun. It just I felt better looking that way than wearing normal clothes. And me and all my friends were doing it. It had no political meaning to it. But there is the concept of queering, where some activist groups are deliberately trying to challenge and subvert and replace existing norms, norms about sexuality, nudity, age of consent, all that type of stuff. And some of this is intended to move that Overton window on this stuff. So you're not wrong. Your intuition is not wrong to pick up on that some of that is happening. I just don't think it's all of it. But I also don't know how the general public's going to be able to tell the difference, like separate all of it for themselves. My advice to normies is just don't go to Pride. Just stay away from Pride completely, because you're going to see some shit. Even if it's family friend, even if it says family friendly, you're going to see some shit. And you're going to see kids seeing some shit.
But what do you think about the fact that they do Pride like out in the street of like San Francisco or Seattle? Like, do you think that that is a positive thing overall?
No, I don't think the puppy boy should have had the butt plug. I think they should have like put little shorts or something. They could have the tails pop through their pants, but I don't think we need to see their ass with the tails in their ass.
Well, but my question is this: like, do you think that it should even? Do you think the gay pride parade should even be a thing that's in the public eye?
I don't have a problem with the ones I went to recently. A few years ago, it was more like a community block party. Like, you might not even be able to tell it was a gay event because there were so many different types of community people. It was such a cross section. And then the one I went to this year, it just had booths. They had a stage with performers like bands and like drag queens hosting and stuff. It was very tasteful, and it was a good, positive vibe. People were having fun. It was a party atmosphere. It wasn't overly sexual. So I don't have a problem with stuff like that. I think those add value to a community. It's when you push, like, push against some of those lines, which some people deliberately try to do when they bring all this to Pride. Okay. So I guess it's up to the event organizers to set and police those boundaries.
Let me ask you a weird question. Have you ever met Freemasons before?
I know I've talked to someone here. Not that I know. I don't know if I don't know who's a Freemason and who's not. So
like in real life,
they tell me, "Hey, Jeff, I'm a Freemason," I probably wouldn't even know because they look the same as everybody else.
So not in real life, though, right?
Again, not that I know of, but it seems like in the back of my mind, maybe.
Right.
Why?
But just not that Freemasons too. Well, I don't know. I've heard people make a lot of claims about.
Do you think the puppy boys are a Freemason plot?
Not necessarily, but anything's possible. But no, just curious. Well, I was wondering, like, if you ever met the organizers of gay pride parades, and I was just kind of curious if they could have been Freemasons or something, but.
What's the connection? Like, what would the significance be if they were Freemasons?
Well, you know how like you go into every city and they have like all these like the Rotary Club and they have like the Lions Club and they have like all these clubs, right? They're all basically club. Like version. Yeah, they always said they're all versions of Freemasonry. So I was just wondering if like there was some sort of overlap between like the Rotary Club and you know, the gay pride parade.
I don't know. I didn't know that like, they were all branches of Freemason. Like, yeah, my family was in the Elks, and then we had the Knights of Columbus, which is a Catholic thing. So that's the ones I'm familiar with, but I don't think those are Freemason.
Yeah, they're kind of related somehow, I'm sure, but I don't know how. But
the lodge, like
I don't know how they're related, but I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, I got invited to the I think it was the Elk Club or something like that. I went to a camp one year for like Elks Club or something.
Yeah, the Elks.
And I think it was Elks or something like, or Moose or Elk. I think it was Elk, yeah.
The Moose
and
Lodge.
I think it was Elk, but yeah, I think the one they invited me to was the Elk thing. And I had no fucking idea what it was. But it was a very weird experience for me for reasons I don't want to get into. Like, nothing bad happened, but it was just like really weird. Just being like, this is the first time I was ever away from family, and I was just like, you know,
were you by yourself?
Very cold. Yeah, I don't think I knew anybody there, right?
Oh,
and I don't have much memory of it, but I just remember it was just kind of like a weird boys camp, and we're all out there, and we did like art and stuff. It was kind of a cool experience. It's kind of
Did
like
they have
camping.
antlers?
Yeah. I didn't see
Yeah,
anything
oh.
weird. I didn't see anything weird at all, honestly. Like, there's nothing weird per se. It's just kind of more like an eerie experience because you're like out in the woods with total strangers, and you're like
Did y'all do rituals and
doing
stuff?
arts and crafts and shit. I don't think so. I don't remember. I don't think so. I think we did like
So far it sounds not much
normal
different
stuff.
than any summer camp or like a Boy Scout camp.
Yeah, it was just like it was just kind of like probably like a Boy Scout adjacent type thing, that kind of shit. But
To kind of help men develop into adulthood.
yeah, and I wish, and I wanted to be a Boy Scout, and then I don't know what happened. Like it didn't work out. Probably it cost too much money or something. I don't know.
Oh, were you a Cub Scout?
But I didn't do any of that stuff. But I wanted to. They let me go in the parade with them one year. Like they just let me literally like jump in with my normal clothes. I'm like, okay, then.
Oh, fun.
So I got to like pretend to be one for like a couple, like one day. So that was kind of cool. But yeah. How about you? Did you join any of that
seem
stuff?
pretty well adjusted even without all of that. So somebody did you right somewhere, or you did.
I don't know. I wish I wish I were more better adjusted. I'd be like Elon Musk right now or something.
Well, you're keep trucking on. You'll get there.
One day I want to grow up and be like Elon Musk.
It just takes being enough of a spurg.
That's right. Spurg nationalism.
Yeah, well, Spurg supremacy. There are Aspie supremacists out there, a lot of them in the tech world and Silicon Valley too. But I don't know if Elon's necessarily a supremacist. In fact, he rarely talks about his neurodivergence. I think he thinks he's normal.
Yeah. Well, he's anything but normal, that's for sure.
Yeah, but in a lot of the best ways, which is one advantage I think autistic people can bring to, because their traits don't show up just anywhere. So if you can figure out how to use them, they can be valuable. But getting back to the puppies and stuff, I don't know. Do you feel a little bit better? Do you think you can make a trip to Dory Alley or shit? Folsom's probably coming up. I think that was in September, October. So we could work you up to maybe go and spend an hour or so at Folsom. And would you go as yourself, or would we need to outfit you in like a puppy costume or something so you could infiltrate?
That's a good question.
Like really get deep in there.
I don't think I would want to dress up or something. But
because
I would just honestly,
I would get away with just shorts and tees, just going as yourself.
I would just be honest. What I would want to do is just have a camera and let someone like you like go do the talking, and like I would just film. That would be awesome. That's what I want to do.
I mean, I would love that. People do that all the time.
And then,
there's documented like homemade
to...
documentaries of Folsom online, like just people with cameras or even cell phone cameras, just walking around talking to people. I would love to do that. That's kind of what I do here already when I go to these events.
Yeah, I really want to do that for the tech events, honestly. But I feel like if I did it somewhere like Folsom, I would get like street cred with the liberals, and they'd be like, "Oh, you did a great documentary job there. Like, come to this tech event. We want you to do the same thing there." You know what I mean?
So you would do it as a stepping stone to get into a tech event?
Yeah, I want to go talk to the tech people and see like what their
interest in the topic. Like you want to show how degenerate America was becoming, or something, or the Freemason plot.
That's part of it for sure. But I really would just want to see like what's the general state of mind of these people, right?
The same state of mind that they had after Stonewall when they started all this. If you could go back, and there's probably video of all the gay prides from 1970 when they had the first one to today. They're not going to look that different. You're going to see kink. You're going to see people being sexual. You're going to see children watching it all. I even before Pride, I remember videos from the hippie days, like the music festivals and the Woodstock ceremony, where they had naked 3 and 4-year-old kids running around like it was no big deal. So part of it is not even gay. It's that whole hippie, free love, sexual revolution culture, even from the straights.
Yeah, but yeah, and that's the thing is like it does get weird because I know what you're talking about. Like if you look at the '60s, there was a lot of those like nudist cults and stuff like that.
Or people will take their
Yeah, and
kids
it's
to
I don't know.
ordinary hippie events, but they were allowed to run around naked. It was not that was a norm. It was not a big deal. But my point is, if you compare Pride today to then, it's not going to look that. So this stuff is at least what 70, like almost 60 years old. That's several generations of this by now. So
Right, but and
to
the
me,
thing is
this
like
is
it's
just
gotten
a
to.
part of America, part of the fabric of America at this point.
But you also don't you think it goes too far though, right? Like they've taken it
Well,
further than it was, right?
it goes too far for me in some places, and I would do it differently. But then, who do we want an authority to come in and make the line for us, or do we want to self-police it? Do we
I
want to
mean, here's
just
the thing. Okay,
set our own personal boundary and keep away from it? Like, I thought the puppy people in the truck was a line for me, and I didn't. In fact, I don't think I went back to that parade, but I didn't. I don't know. I didn't feel compelled to make it a line for everybody. But then also, I'm sympathetic to at some point, if you don't make it a line, you're gonna be encroaching on a lot of other people's kind of autonomy and social trust too. So I think there does need to be some element of consent at some point, but who decides that point? And you could take Mardi Gras example. It doesn't have to be Pride. Mardi Gras deals with this issue too every year. And I don't know if many people know this, but public nudity is not actually legal in New Orleans or Mardi Gras. Show me your tits. If you can get ticketed for that, people do it anyway, and the cops ignore it because they just be wasting their energy. But it's technically not legal. In Seattle, it is. Public nudity is completely legal in Seattle. They have the naked bike parade. That's nothing. Naked bike parade. Those are like professional members of the community, doctors, teachers, lawyers, shopkeepers that paint themselves and ride on the bike naked once a year for the solstice parade. And all the kids come out, the families come out. They love it. It's a big public event. It's one of Seattle's largest events.
Yeah, again, it's just one of those things. It just seems over.
I think the lines maybe
or
that can be left locally. Like each community can what Seattle decides is okay for them, which is naked bicycles and puppy boys with butt plugs. Maybe in Kansas that would be a line.
It's kind of like this, like in other cultures, like in Korean culture, if you go to the their spas or something, like the men are all naked and the women are all naked, and sometimes they cross paths or whatever, but it's not sexual in any way. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it's one of these things, and if it ever does get there, they keep it very like, it's very, you would never know essentially, right? So I don't know.
Well, let's ask this guy.
Goes from like,
in fact, Moose, you ran into this, right? Didn't you say you went to a event or something and they had some pride, like puppy people or pride stuff, and your daughter was with you? That's what we're talking about.
Give me like 4 minutes, and I just wanted to make sure you knew I was coming, so you didn't get off the air. I'll be
Yeah,
there.
and I have your new video to play too. You've been working hard. He has like 3 or 4 new videos. Yeah, Moose and I were talking about this the other day because this happened to him. He was like out with his daughter. I don't even think he knew it was a pride event in particular, and they just kind of ran into it, came upon it. But again, this is something that not only the community, because within the gay community, opinion is very divided. There's some of us that want the lines drawn differently than they are. There's others that say it's self-expression and they should be allowed. So we have been wrestling with this internally, and the public has been wrestling with this on their end since the beginning, 1970. And we're still doing it. I don't think people should be forced to look at sexual stuff that they don't want to see. But then a lot of these events like Dory Alley and Folsom are clearly marked as what to expect too. So knowing that, you just don't go to them. So it's a combination of setting your personal boundaries and avoiding what you choose to avoid, and the parade people, the event organizers, respecting some of the sensibility of the public, like being sensitive to that.
Yeah, but it's differentiating between public and private, and what's allowable and what's not allowable. I think is the big thing. And then once we determine what actually is allowable and where the line is drawn, then you can hold people accountable or whatnot. Because right now,
Yeah.
people get away with a lot of stuff just because they're doing it. Not because someone said, "Hey, you're allowed to do this."
The problem is we haven't figured out that line in 60 years, and we don't seem any closer to it, and it keeps getting pushed.
I think they're trying to make sure that it's always obscure, so that way, like, it's a problem.
Yeah, I can see that. It would benefit some people to not have that line drawn clearly.
But, well, because it benefits a lot of people to have a division between gays and straights and, like, Christians and stuff like that. It just it benefits a lot of people for us to be divided.
Mm-hmm. And not even gay, like just politically, just
anything. It doesn't matter. Just that's like husband and wife, child and family, like anything. Just any discord and chaos is actually good for certain people making money.
Yeah, and for our enemies.
Definitely.
That's so funny because your new video is called "Pay to Stare," and it's about this very androgynous new character. So we'll take a look at that later on. Hey, Sean. Right after Stonewall was kind of the event that broke open the closet and kicked it all off. And people are like, nah, that's it. We're not taking it anymore. We are now going to be fully out and ourselves, and we're bringing it to the public. And I can tell you up here in the Seattle area, it is a family. Kids love Pride. That's like their Mardi Gras. They love to come and see the drag queens, the puppy boys, the cool, colorful people. They love all of that. And the parents are my generation that grew up with Pride, so they're just passing that on to the next generation in their mind. They're passing on the world that they fought to be able to live in. And like I said, it's perfectly possible to do Pride in a tasteful, community-oriented way. The town I'm in does it every year. Every Pride I've been here since I've moved to this town has been very impressive, very tastefully done, and it with the larger community in mind. And I think that's when Pride's at its best, when it can go beyond just its subculture and become something that is an opportunity for the whole community to get something out of and grow and benefit from.
Be right back. I'm gonna go get on my computer so you can hear me better.
All right. In the meantime, I guess we'll wait. I was never raunchy, even at the gay bars. I was a classy gay. I didn't like all that. I'm a Scorpio. I'm private anyway. I keep it in the bedroom. Keep the lights off. It's just me and my person. Nobody else has. I don't kiss and tell. I don't have to go talk about it afterwards. To me, that is just a very private part of my life. So I was never motivated. I didn't need the public in on it. I could wear my collar. I could wear my t-shirts. I could do my hairdo. That was enough for me to express. I didn't need to express more than just like the surface layer of that culture. And it was also just one part of who I am. It wasn't my whole identity. But I had friends that were way, like, especially with the alcohol starts flowing. And, I mean, I guess I've been a little more expressive under alcohol back when I used to do all that. But not my, and again, in context, it was at Mardi Gras, gay Mardi Gras. It was in San Francisco. It wasn't just like out at a normal small town pride parade. I did Berlin, and then here in Seattle, they had a big festival and there was a shooting and some deaths. And I think there were one or two other incidents around the world. This is a busy weekend for violence. Gang violence, political violence, street violence, unnecessary violence. In fact, there was a local store. When I came back from the balloon festival, I stopped at the grocery store by my house, and there was a cop car in the parking lot with his lights on, a cruiser. I didn't think much of it. I just parked kind of in the row near them, and I went in the store and I did my business. And I came out, and when I came out, they had another cruiser there, and they had a big tow truck. So I just thought, well, probably they stopped somebody and had to take him in, and now they're moving the car or something. And I had to go around the tow truck to get out of the parking lot and right by the two cruisers. I opened up the news this morning. They had arrested an escape, like a murderer that was on the loose or something, and they caught him at that grocery store. I happened to show up like 10 or 15 minutes before they caught him. I could have been right in the middle of all that. I just happened to catch the tail end of it as they were towing the car away. So that's how, you never know when it's going to hit. That's how close to home it can hit. It doesn't even have to be Berlin or Seattle. It could be a lone individual. Especially in America with our Second Amendment. That's a risk we as a society have decided that it's worth taking on. All right. Is that better? I don't hear you at all now. I'm sorry that NeuroJack left. I wanted him to hear the pride story.
Can you
Are
hear
you
me?
there? Yeah, now I can.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think he likes me very much.
Who, NeuroJack?
Yeah, like I
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't even know y'all really knew each other or hung out.
way
Young
back
drama.
when. I think it's from way back when. I could be
Maybe he thinks you're a Freemason.
Is that what he has a problem with
Maybe.
Freemasons?
Weren't you interested in the Masons at one point or something? That could be it.
Yeah, I'm interested in all kinds of like secret knowledge and occultic knowledge
What
and,
about the
and
elks?
history. I really like the history. The what?
The Elks. Do you have Elks
Like
or
the Elks
what's the other
Club?
one?
Yeah.
The Rotary
I
Club?
thought the Elks was
Yeah.
for like veterans though. I
I
don't
don't know. I thought he was saying they were all Freemason, like Freemason spinoff.
Well, the Rotary Club, I mean, literally you just go and you volunteer your time. I mean, like you don't sign a contract, you don't, and you pay dues as a member, but you don't like give blood or you're not. I don't know what the
No
stigma is.
adrenochrome.
And no, I haven't joined the Freemasonry. I used to
I'm
work
looking at the
for
Rotary Club right now.
a
Work for
really
what?
big Mason from Maine, the company I'm
Oh,
leaving or
okay.
whatever. So like I respect them. I'm not part of them. I don't go to their meetings, never have. I don't know.
I mean, I looked at their website when I was interested in it, but you have to declare belief in a supreme being, and I wasn't willing to do that. But they look benign. They look like they were trying to make their communities a better place.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. Pretty
I'm
much
looking up
is.
Rotary right now. I might even look into them. I'm looking for places to volunteer.
I mean, the
So,
Rotary Club, what we did
okay.
was before we move on, what we did was we brought like fire equipment and fire trucks to the towns of Mexico. Because I was part of a Mexican like Rotary Club down in Baja, California. So it was a mix of Americans and Mexicans, and there was like a couple wealthy Americans that were on the board, and then a couple like of them were like skilled tradesmen. And so like there was projects for like water projects. There's like a community garden project. There's a recycling center project. Like these are things that like we've done. There's a dental clinic down there that we get like free dental care for the people down there that can't
Oh
afford to
yeah.
get dental care. And like if they don't get dental care, like eventually their teeth are going to fall out and stuff, and their life's going to be, the quality of life goes down. So it's like those are the big things that we do. And how would we get money? Well, we do community events. We do the pig races, the fishing tournament, the chili Pozzoli cook-off. We do the duck races down the river, stuff
I
like
think I
that.
remember the pig races. I think you streamed from there one year.
Yeah, I streamed from it a couple times. But it's those are all the things that the Rotary Club did when I was there. So like I didn't have to like swear any oaths. I didn't have to say a prayer. I didn't have to do anything like you know what I mean? Like you could sit at the table at the one that I go to and you'd be like, I don't know what Neurojack's problem is.
Yeah, well, like I said, I wish he was here
Yeah.
to hear your pride story. What refresh my memory on what it was? You were with your daughter.
Oh, so I was taking my daughter to the museum. It's like it's called My Museum or whatever, and it's like a place where you can take your children, and there's all kinds of activities there and like learning stations and just cool stuff. Just it's a fun place to go to. And I didn't think anything of it. There's a lot of traffic and stuff, and then I had to park in the parking garage for the first time, and usually I park right in front of the little museum place. And yeah, we're walking, and I look down, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's some kind of party going on, some kind of festival. And we're walking through it, and there's this one booth where I had those glasses. They gave us some like free sunglasses, and some booths that were giving out free water and all kinds of stuff. And then I turned the corner, and there was like a little kid that was dressed up like a dog on a leash, and it was just weird, dude. It was just weird.
It
I
is
was like,
weird for
that was what killed it for me. I was like, no, we're gonna keep walking. But like, There was nothing here. There wasn't any like sexual parts hanging out that I saw. There was no like inappropriate stuff. There wasn't anybody yelling out profanities and like F this person or F these people or none of the hateful stuff. I didn't see any of that. I just saw a lot of people getting together and having a party. It was much like a, like if you go to a football game, you see a bunch of
Like
guys in
tailgating.
jerseys, right? It's
It was definitely a gay event, though.
yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, but like I mean with the like football people, like football people tend to have like a certain like look about them when they go to a football game. Just like pride people, like they wear the rainbow colors and they like dress up, some guys dress up, like Rocky Horror Picture or whatever, stuff like that. It's I don't know, I'm getting like, the more I talk about it and the more I think about it and stuff, like the more I kind of like, I don't see an issue with it. I just find it silly. Like a school event. Like I never went to the I forget what they call it, rallies. They called them rallies.
Oh, the pep rallies?
Yeah, I never went to that shit.
They used to make us go.
Yeah, they did, but I never went. I would go skateboard,
because
go to my girlfriend's house or something, or I would just figure something out. I would just ditch school for that hour or two and figure it out. I just like, that is something that I've never really gotten into. Not into it. I'm not into, just not into it. So it's, I find that similar to like my feeling of like football games and pride and stuff like that. I'm not into like big groups of people. I'm more of like a small community kind of guy. So that's just not for me. But if it's for other people, like I have no issue with it.
But still, the kid and a dog caught, especially on the leash,
that was weird.
I can see that being like throwing people a little bit.
Even like grown adults like dressed as animals is kind of weird. But then you would compare it to a mascot.
What about the antlers?
I think it's weird. But then you can compare it to a mascot, right, Jeff? You could be like, well, what about these guys? They're standing there dancing around on a football field, for hours, or a basketball, court. So it's like, that's one of the things. Like, it's like you'd be a hypocrite if you liked one but not the other, or if you were like,
especially
this is acceptable, but that's not.
People dress like animals.
So like, I've come to the conclusion that it's okay that I think people are weird.
Oh yeah, I never cared if people thought I never pretended like I wasn't weird.
No, but a lot of people out there do. They're like, oh my God, you gotta accept me for who and what I am. Well, I mean, whatever that means, like I accept you for who you are, but I'm not gonna fucking go out of my way to treat you better because you're special.
Yeah. It's not extra points. But some of that is that renorming that I was talking about, that queering, they call it, where they do want you to give up your norm and embrace theirs as a new normal.
Yeah, and I'm like, nah, it's just not, to me, it's weird. Sorry. Like, it's like language. Well, people try to use words differently than the definition. And then they try to argue with you, about who understands the context of what's going on and all that. And it's like, well, the fucking definition says this, and this is what everybody should be going by. We should be going by the definition, not what you're making up today.
No, it keeps. Well, language is kind of fluid anyway, but nobody controls it top down. So if it's going to evolve, it has to do it organically. As everybody negotiates and adopts the new terms, but it can't be forced. And I think mostly people know what most people think the word means, and I think they know when they push certain terms that they're trying to redefine. And another thing they're doing is expanding categories. So things that used to mean one specific thing is starting to mean more and more and more things, even though the word itself is not changing. They're just throwing more things into it. They're doing that with the word queer. trans is going to start doing that. It already has, really. But it sounds like you have a live and let live attitude about most of it, which I think is the American attitude, except
what
when
I
it
have
crosses
about-
certain lines, especially around children. And that is the probably biggest concern of the modern critics of this stuff, because the adult stuff, they pretty much just, that's gone now. Nobody cares what two men or two lesbians do in private. It's the kids stuff.
Truth. That is so
where
true.
where do you draw the line of kids? But they were kind of dealing like that with other areas. I mean, in other generations, you had like rap music, lyrics, pornography, MTV. So there's always this guardianship of what do we expose kids to? I think this is just a current battleground for it. And until we have some authority that steps in, and being Americans, most of us don't really want that. It's up to the individual parents to, like, don't take your kids. But then in your situation, you didn't even know to avoid it.
Yeah, I mean, but it was fine though. I didn't make a big deal about it. I did say I said something like, "Wow, there's there's a lot of people that are weird." And my wife said something to me. She's like, "Oh, don't say stuff like that." And I was like, "Nah, I'm not going to act like it's normal. I'm not going to say that this is normal. It's not." So I will say that I did stand up for that, because you can't change, you just can't change what normal is to me, right? Like, normal to you is whatever normal is to you. It comes from your parents and your upbringing and your surroundings. And it's like, if I didn't like have that, and that wasn't in my daily life and stuff like that, then it wasn't normal. A lot of the shit when I was in high school, you didn't see it. You didn't see a lot of it. And it has become almost like a fad, like one of those fashion things. It's trendy. People get points for putting on a certain appearance and a certain way of life. They get points automatically.
With that certain group, they do. Because like I said, I used to be one of those kids, but I never pretended. Like, I knew when I went to class with a purple mohawk that I was weird. That stood out. I was not the norm at that school. So I didn't pretend. Part of it in my generation was you were showing society that you weren't afraid to be weird, that you were okay with being weird. You weren't trying to pretend not to be weird.
Right. That's what it was like when I did my hair. I did my hair blue once, and I used to have like spikes, and I used to like bleach it and all kinds of stuff, right? And that's what it was. I never once said that anybody had to accept it. I didn't give a fuck. That's the thing. But these people do it, and then they do it for the attention, and when they don't get the attention, it pisses them off, and it creates a conflict in them that they have to now make your issue. And you're like, it's just like, wait a second, like, why? If you like, just, I'm sorry, like, it's just not how it happens. Some people are fucking gorgeous in life, some people are not. Some people are attractive to others, some people are not. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to like what they want, and they're going to like give the attention where they want to give the attention. Like, if you want attention, be better than other people. Do something. Have a skill. Be useful to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be just like dye your hair and be like, well, now I'm cool.
Yeah, I think the motivation may be changed, because we were not doing it for attention, and so we didn't care. That was not the goal for doing it. It was more
We
self-expression.
did it because we could, because it was different, because it was cool.
I did it because it was fun. It was just fun to have colored hair. It was more fun than to have ordinary hair color. That's my main reason. The fact that that had other friends doing it made it just like it added to the fun. But there was no larger meaning to it than that. And now, if they're doing it for other reasons like attention or to get social status or something, the grounds of the motive for why we were doing it have shifted. It's changed. They're doing the same activity but for different reasons.
Well, because the thing is, Jeff, is like, look over the years, like when we were kids, you had to go outside and play, and you like had attention. You had that social connection with other people. These days, the social connection is like stripped down to nothing. So it's like these people out there, they want the attention no matter what. People are willing to behave badly. They're willing to do anything they can do to get the attention.
Well, yeah,
YouTube's full of it.
Not Laws, I'm not surprised that's how you climbed up your ladder where you are. But yeah, you make a great point, because if they're missing some of the developmental milestones that we made from the socialization we got, then and they're using this as a substitute, that's a completely different reason for doing it. Like, it's a different goal, different agenda than us. And so something that looked one way to us is serving a completely different purpose for them. It's filling in for something that they didn't get at a certain stage that we did.
Look at all the like really bad trolls out there. The porn bombers and the really bad ones that like go on everybody's panel and just like make the entire panel about them the whole time and cause chaos and just curse at everybody and just cause, just like really stir that shit up. Like, look at those guys like on like all over. And then I have a friend who streamed. I met him in Arkansas, and he's a truck driver, Benson.
Oh yeah, I remember Ben. We got into it one night.
Yeah, I mean, me and
He's the
Benson.
worst.
Yeah, he gets into it with a lot of people, But fuck, where was I going? Yeah, the truck driver. God,
You know about the trolls that get on there and disrupt and curse, and then you shift it.
oh, he used to watch these shows, like Fish Bowl or Fish Tank or something like that, and they're like
Was it on
live.
TV?
They're like live streams on YouTube and stuff. And they're of like just people acting badly. You know what I mean? It's like they're getting drunk, they're doing all this weird
For
shit.
content, specifically for
Content, yeah. And then there's also like these other people that actually that's what they do on YouTube. Like they sit there and they'll take shots for their people will pay them to take shots and do all kinds of like crazy shit like that. So it's like I'm not far from the mark. I'm not far off of the target. Like these people are doing this to get attention. They're getting monetary value now. And so it creates a circular thing where they're going to continue doing it, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Look at all these people that have like totally crashed out. Logan Paul, he started his whole
That name
career.
sounds familiar. Why
He's
do I
the
know
dude.
him?
I think it's Logan, or it's either Jake or Logan. He started their career by going to a Japanese forest where people commit like suicide, and like he was filming
yeah,
it
I've
and
heard
stuff,
about that. I know that.
and like
Okay.
making fun of it all and like doing some weird shit out there. And that's how he got famous,
That's how Mr. Beast started too. Is like not by doing dares and taking like what stupid thing can I do next to put on YouTube?
Jackass, that whole series of Jackass was like, that's the same stuff. It's like they're trying to get attention no matter what, and they're willing to do anything to get attention. And so is that healthy? Definitely fucking not. But we all laughed at it.
But it's financially healthy because they have a success way beyond what we're doing here. Yeah, not lost. This is actually a decent point. America's Funniest Videos. I used to watch that all the time. I hated Bob Saget and the show format, but the videos themselves were hilarious.
Yeah, America's Funniest Home Videos too. Yeah, definitely. Trying to get
Watching
that
people
family
fall and
attention.
trip and like do crazy things with their cars. And that was hilarious. Watching grandma fall off the swing, hilarious. Watching the little dog or cat do something stupid. So there's something in us that wants to see spectacle, and I guess if people want to exploit that, it's going to happen. There's a market for that, and there's people that are able to step into that role. Even on YouTube, even in our circles here on YouTube, I see that from people.
Definitely.
It's the circus. It's the circus, dude. You're like one of the interpreters of it for us through your art. No, you were not. Give it up, not lost. First of all, how old are you? Was it the baby that fell out of his high chair into the pool or something? It had to be the one where you cracked your head on something. I think he's trolling. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No way. That'd be awesome.
Did you do it for attention? Some people troll for attention too.
Oh, I think so. I do.
You're good at catching that, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you. I have to run. My family just got home, but I
Okay.
do. Have you seen that new video that I did?
I was gonna play the
Okay, because I want to
the one
hear
with
what you have to say about it. Because that, like
the
the
pay to
newest
stare?
one, the newest one has
one with the
probably the
photography?
best quality in it so far for a while. Like it actually has less like mess ups in it.
Oh, as far as transitions and stuff.
As far as just the whole thing, like you won't
You're
see
talking about
three
she
hands
asked
on the
for one more.
screen or yeah. Let's see, what is it? Yeah, that one.
With the photography. Should I
Yeah.
play that one instead? Because the pay to stare was goes along with what we were talking about earlier.
Oh, you like that one? Yeah,
Well,
play
I
any of
like
them.
both, but I think the viewers would appreciate. I could play both. It doesn't matter because I'm gonna wrap up the show with them anyway, so I'll just play them one after the other. It'll be a double feature.
Are you going live later?
I wasn't planning on it, but why? What's up?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have more time later.
Oh.
I'll hit you up.
Okay.
All right, I'll be in the
All right.
crowd.
Well, yeah, go do family, and we'll talk later.
And if you guys out there, I want to hear your review on
Yeah,
it too.
these are new. These are I think you'll appreciate these. They're both very unique. So let Moose know what you think on his channel. Comment. It's 1,000,000 sparks.
And if you found value here today, folks, ladies and gentlemen, pull that wallet out and hand that cash right over to Jeffrey. You can do it in the form of a Cash App, or you can do it in the form of a super chat or a super sticker. Oh, we love super stickers. Yeah. Peace.
Wait, don't leave yet.
But
What was the snow Mario Kart thing?
in Discord, driving the little go-kart.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, have a good one, and we'll talk again. Okay. All right. I'm gonna queue up the pay to stare first because it goes along with the topic Nero, Jack, and I were talking about a little bit, and then I'm gonna follow it with his new one that he wants you to pay particular attention to the quality of it because he's getting closer and closer, folks. All right. Wow, I keep getting, in the sidebar that I never pay attention to, how it suggests videos you might like. They're showing videos that look, I think they're Moose videos because they're in such a similar style, but it's other creators doing like jester stuff, and circusy stuff. But I will go ahead and queue up Pay to Stare, and then I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll play that one, I'll come back, and I'll introduce the other one, and then I'll wrap up. I hope so. For you and everybody. All right, here is one of the latest from Moose, Pay to Stare. Please enjoy, folks, and leave him a comment. I'm going to drop.
stand there and be seen. The curtain, mind where you look. Everybody righteous with the verdict in the book. Cover says monster, headline says strange. Fear needs a label and a lock on the cage. You bought your ticket with the pearl painted grin. Came to count every shadow that was growing on my skin. But your hands start shaking when the house lights dim. You did not come for me, you came to hide from him. That face in the mirror that you polish each night. That mouth preaching mercy with its teeth set to bite. That spine folding neatly whenever power walks in. That glove looking spotless with the fist underneath. I know why you whisper, I know why you came. A crowd loves a spectacle, a coward loves a name. Bring me your laughter, your delicate disgust. I have heard prettier lies from machinery and rust. You wanted something broken, something safely underneath. You paid to stand. Now stand there and be seen. Every secret in your shadow, every stain you kept clean. You paid to stand. But the glass has changed sides. I wear the truth upon my face. You wear yours where it hides. Look at me, do not turn away. You paid to stare, now you're the show today. They cut my name from the gilded display, made the insult twice as large, then told me what to play. Give them something pretty, keep your anger off the stage. So I tuned every string to the frequency of rage. They priced my silhouette, kept my music in chains. Made the business from the staring, then collected from the pain. But the bow is only horsehair, pulled tight against the frame. Pressure becomes music when the hand controls the aim. Now the note climbs higher than the roof above the tent. And the ones who tried to own me choke upon the rent. I am not your warning, not your sin dressed in lace. Not a lesson built to frighten others back into their place. I am discipline, breathing, I am elegance with teeth. I am every buried voice, finding thunder underneath. Bring me your judgment, I will sharpen the small. Bring me your pedestal, it will tear the thing. Wanted me smaller, so your fear could feel tall. You paid to stand. Now stand there and be seen. Every secret in your shadow, every stain you kept clean. You paid to stand. But the glass has changed sides. I wear the truth upon my face. You wear yours where it hides. Look at me, do not turn away. You paid to stare, now you're the show today. Stand there, be seen, stand there, be seen. She wears the truth, we wear the screen. Stand there, be seen, stand there, be seen. Do you know what makes a monster? Not the hair, not the scars, not a body that refuses your permission. A monster is a mirror that remembers what you are. You called me unnatural while harvesting light from the hearts of the helpless to brighten your night. You pointed one finger, the others held strings. But tonight, the exhibited things, sing, sing, sing. your ribs show the person you have been. You pay to stare. You pay to stare. Hear the locked doors divide. I wear the truth upon my face. You have nowhere left to hide. Look at me. I survived your days. I turned your little sideshow to a judgment on the stage. You paid to stare. Now remember what you saw. The woman you called broken was never broken at all. Stand there, be seen, stand there, be seen. No cage, no shame, no master, no chain. They paid to stare. I made them listen.
All right, that is the first one, and we're gonna watch another one. I like the style. It had a lot of color to it. I like that. More like your older stuff. Okay, this next one is also spooky ooky. It's I think he's photographing ghost. Let's take a look. This one is called She Asked for One More. And then I'm going to end the show after this. So this will be my goodbye. And we'll end on this. All right. Here's the next one from Moose. Hang on. All right. And I'll see you tomorrow, folks. 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. See you then.
Door. 3 of them sitting and they set out for. Nobody mentions it, nobody stares. So I load my plates and I don't ask about chairs. Lift the jet, fix the collar gun. Cold house, war money, understood. Hold the pose and hold the pain away. Everybody smiles the expensive way. Then the bulb goes white and the girl goes gray. And the part that leaves her don't come back that way. I check the wire, I check the glass, I check the lamp. I hold out my hand. You won't get up. I said that's it, I said we're done. 2 fingers off the arm of his chair. 1 more. And the mother says it's fine. And my hand goes back on the line. 1 more. Hold still, this won't take long. Give me the face you've been practicing on. 1 more. Nobody's bleeding, nobody's gone. So hold still, this won't take long. I look to the lamp. She's in it. She's in it. He says her laugh comes down, crooked flash, now it don't come out at all. Mouth still open, nothing in the hall. He says his wife looks tired, flash, and the mirror quits holding her. I fumble a plate, I'm stalling. There's a crate under the table with the lid pushed back. Her mother at 14, same color, same chair, and a man I never met going out in the forest. So I jog the tripod leg, I thumb the lens, and everyone I ruin buys another one. 1 more. Hold still, this won't take long. Give me the face you've been practicing on. 1 more. Nobody's bleeding, nobody's gone. And the 2 fingers go up. And this time, they're hers. I put my arms down. I loaded nothing. They held the pose anyway. So I turned it on him. Hands up, backing off the floor. Every frame on that wall and not one of the man. And it don't put one thing back in her. It isn't stolen if you asked for it. But somebody died. about to ask. I set the timer, I took off the glove, I sat down in the one that nobody claims. I put the light in her hand, and I'm healthy. Hold still, this won't take long. Take the face I've been practicing on. One more. Nobody's bleeding, nobody's gone. So hold still, this won't take long. Hold still. Hold still. Shoot him in.